here. Clear targets for Black's knight to come in with and attack these pawns. I'm surprised with Arjun's play here.
I mean, maybe he's just thinking the knight is going to sit on c4.
Not convincing, Danny. Knight c4, there's king c. He goes knight c6, so knight c4. Maybe he just wants to go king d5. And knight b6, you take king d4. Your king is super active.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a strange decision.
Very strange.
King
d3 on the board.
Okay, so with the knight on e3, and this one is heading over here.
Yeah, exactly, Danny, because that H pawn is so critical in the position. If a Black wins that pawn, it doesn't even matter if you lose the b6 pawn. It's absolutely of no consequence because that h5 pawn will be a nightmare for white.
I think, yeah, we wrote this one off a bit too quickly. This could turn into some massive race after this. So let's have a look. Knight, king c6. Right, just keeping everything under control and still wanting to go knight g6.
Wow, Danny, we don't need to switch. We'll stick to this position, but just some quick important results update. Jan-Christoph Duda has done what we thought was just impossible. He beat Ting Liren with Black out of that position after bishop e5. So that's a big result for Duda, keeping his chances alive. He moves on to 7 points. So a very crucial last round coming up for him. Gukesh also held his own against Anish Giri. That game ended in a draw. That was something that we predicted out of the opening. He had that extra pawn, but it didn't mean much. And this one, a very crucial game still on. We also have a draw on the Wesley Hu Yifan board. And Artemiev drew with Levon as well.
So coming back to this, you can see that Arjun has had to defend passively with the knight. So it's almost like we're playing a king and pawn endgame now. But can Magnus squeeze from this position? Oh, I'm looking at funny moves like e5. Maybe that's too committal. Does Magnus have a move which just kind of puts white in Zugzwang here?
All right, so what if Black passes a move with a move like f5? I mean, it's not really passing the move because you're making a committal move, but what is white's next move after f5?
Good point.
Going king b3, king c3, there's always king d5 coming in. So after f...
Absolutely, but I just want to see it.
Sure.
Because, you know, it's... How exactly does Black make any progress from there?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure. I mean, listen, it looks so uncomfortable. It is so anti-positional, but...
Really touch and go this position. I mean, at this position, the point is that we are trying to get it white to play. If it's white to play, then white doesn't have a move.
Yeah. So pawn takes, then the a pawn drops.
No, this I don't think Black can allow, Danny, because that a pawn is going to be super fast. So let's just see if there is something else that we can do. How do you respond to knight e7?
Yes.
Knight e3. He goes f5. f5 on the board, by the way.
Okay, now this takes guts. So
I think f4 takes more guts to play.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a lot of guts to play that because it's such an ugly move. But can you get away with it?
And also, Danny, more importantly, if not f4, how are you holding the balance in the position? You can't allow Black's king to d5.
Okay, well then you've provoked me. I'm going to try and keep... I'm going to allow this and play here.
I see what you want. You want to go knight e3 check.
And just push the king back. Listen,
all right,
he's actually played... I think that might be playable, but he's gone f4.
Not sure, Danny, because actually in that position that you had, Black could play f4 himself and really clamp down white then.
Then that might be a way to do it. Yeah, okay, can I just see that very quickly? So takes here and f4 straight away. Oh, sorry, after this. Yeah, but even here.
E5. I don't know what's going on. E5,
Yeah.
maybe you just take right now. You can take on E5.
Exactly. But in any case, he's played f4. So this ugly move, but we couldn't see actually how black makes progress, because if knight e7, then the knight bounces back to e3 to hold.
And you're holding here, yeah?
Well, maybe. I mean, I feel so uncomfortable playing like this, actually, I have to
Knight
say.
e7 on the board, and now knight e3 has to be played out. You can't allow black's knight to d5.
I think he's still holding. Because
Yeah, maybe it's just holding move by move. And it's crazy because knight g6, knight g2, let's just have that position because it's so instructive, the symmetry that we have on the board with these knights. White to play, I think white is lost here.
you keep provoking me. if
Maybe
it's
not.
white,
Maybe you can take on a5 and go king d3.
well, yeah, I was thinking one of these.
Yeah, or b5 and go king d3.
And king d3, yeah, maybe it's still okay. But in any case, yeah, we don't need to. So that's the position on the board. I still think he's holding it. Yeah, it's now a draw. It's a draw.
It's a draw. You just take on d5 and e takes d5. Fall back with your... Oh, he gives a check as well. So this just finishes the game. This just kills everything now. Oh, wow. So Arjun holds. And with that, he hangs on to his spot in the quarterfinals. Phenomenal play there. And you can see the happiness on his face. Arjun's had a spectacular show.